I mean, I've obviously had a few weeks to reflect after the news of not staying in Formula One. But as I said on my social media and stuff, I was proud of what I did this year. Wasn't always easy. Probably didn't have the best start to the year. A few missed opportunities. There was a period of some bad luck. I did spare a thought for Chris Amon, who was dubbed the unluckiest driver ever. But it did turn around, and at the end of the season, I was consistently outperforming my teammate. I'm very happy with the job I was doing, and I don't have any regrets. And when I'm back, I'm very proud that I had the opportunity. I feel privileged that I was racing Formula One in the era where the cars were at their quickest. They may never be as quick as they were this season, and you never know, there might be another opportunity. I think stranger things have happened. I think for me to get the opportunity that many others haven't and many others dreamed of, I should be happy about. I now have a super license, I have a full season under my belt, and if another opportunity does come about, I'll be ready.
The fact is, though, that in your mind you were still a chance to still be in the car. You'd met all your requirements, is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, obviously in the press there was some talk about beating the teammate and this and that, and it is very much a team sport. Sometimes people do forget that, and obviously I played the team game, and sometimes my races were compromised to help the other car, and that's how it works. That's part of it. But at the end of the season, I really felt like I was performing on top of my game. I made huge steps forward during the year. I learnt from mistakes. I became stronger in difficult circumstances. Evolved my approach. But that's Formula One. I think I always knew that going into it there was going to be politics. There's money involved. Decisions are not always made purely on performance or results. But there's still a lot for me to be really positive about, and no one can take being a Formula One driver for a season away from me. And whatever the future holds, I'll be even more prepared, and there's still a chance. I'm going to try and keep one foot in the door in Formula One, just in case there's an opportunity that arises.
It's a great saying, don't meet your heroes, you're bound to be disappointed. You dreamed so long of being in F1. Describe the reality of F1. How intense, how hard is it? Or is it just champagne and caviar?
It's definitely not just champagne and caviar. It's not just about the driving either. You think of a driver, okay, they're turning steering wheels, pushing pedals. There's a lot more to it than that. Formula One cars hugely complex, and it's equally complex out of the car. In Toro Rosso alone, there's 500 people involved, and then if you include the people from Honda, there's another 300 or 400. So it's a huge operation.
This whole time you were technically a Porsche driver. Is that correct?
So I've kept the relationship, and I was a big part of their project for 4 years, winning Le Mans and World Championship 2 times. So kept that relationship, and that's ongoing for next year as well. You're going to ask me in a second, okay, what does the future look like? Still figuring it out. It's only been 3 weeks, and the news of not continuing at Formula One didn't come at the ideal time, being the end of the season when a lot of drivers have already signed. But the phone has been ringing. There are opportunities. I'm better prepared than I have ever been. I've still got a good reputation without the motorsport community, and I've still got a few friends in and around the paddock. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm not rushing into anything. There are definitely going to be opportunities. I mentioned before, I'm trying to keep my foot in the door in Formula One. There's potentially opportunities there as well. I still have a big passion for Le Mans, endurance racing, so that's something I'm looking at. There's talk of Formula E. There's other options. I'm just trying to take my time and make sure I make the right one that's good for the future, my career, what I want to do, and what's going to keep me happy. So there's a bit to figure out, but there's a few irons in the fire, so to speak.